All right, folks, welcome to 90.9 The Quadratic for your test, Chapter 4 test in Algebra 2, page 4 review. So I'm going to give you the answers here for 29 through 36 in this video here. This is all about the i's, folks. Remember that I is the square root of -1. That's important on the last pages. Like if you get the square root of -5, you call it I root 5. And also, immensely important for this page is that I squared is a -1. We never leave I squared in our answer. So guys, on the first four, this is simply, notice it just says add, so just combine like terms. So it's just 12 plus 3. Don't multiply them, just add them together. Do what it says. And then 8i plus a -4i. So that is simply 15 plus 4i. Put the real part first, write in a plus bi form as it says. Number 30, you have 15 minus 2. 15 minus 2 is 13. Then you have 7 minus a -4. 7 minus a -4 is not 3, but 11. Again, 7 minus a -4. Whenever you subtract negatives, you just add the opposite. All right, so that is plus 11. Take a look at 31. You have 10 minus a -8. That's actually 18. You have 8i minus a -4i. That's plus 12i. Guys, on 32, you have -7 plus 11. That is 4. 5 plus a -4i is really 5 minus 4i, just plus a single i. Guys, now on 33 through 36, when we find the product, we might have to do a little first, outer, inner, last. Guys, these are conjugates: 7, 7, 3i, 3i. You really only have to do the first and last part of FOIL. All right, so if you do 7 times 7, you get 49. Now, I'll go through all of it. Again, you only have to do the first and the last part. 7 times 3i is 21i. -3i times 7 is minus 21i. -3i times 3i is minus 9i squared. I times I is I squared. These guys will cancel. 49 minus I squared is a -1. So instead of writing I squared, I write a -1. All I squared does is just going to change that sign. If it's minus 9I squared, eventually it's going to turn into just a positive 9. 49 plus 9 is 58. I didn't mean for 34 to be conjugates, but really they are. If you factor out a 3 from both, you're going to have 1 plus 2i, 1 minus 2i. So actually some special will happen here too. Initially, they don't look like conjugates, so definitely want to do all of FOIL here. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times a -4i is minus 12i. 6i times 2, that's a positive 12i. 6i times a -4i would be minus 24i squared. Bye-bye i's. You're going to have 6 minus 24i squared is a -1. -24 times a -1 would be a plus 24. Again, if it was a -24i squared, it's just going to become a positive 24 when all is said and done. You get a positive 30 as your answer. All right, the last two on this page. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4i is positive 4i. -2i times 3 is minus 6i. -2i times a positive 4i is minus 8i squared. Combine the i's right there. You're going to have 3 minus 2i minus 8 times I squared is a -1. All right, so you're going to have 3 minus 2i plus 8. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 minus 2i. I think you're going to have 2 where you can add them and subtract them, and then 2 like we're doing here on 33 through 36 where foiling techniques are useful. All right, guys, anytime with squares, just write it twice. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2i is 6i. 2i times 6 is 6i. 2i times 2i is 4i squared. 6 and 6, they don't cancel, they add to 12. Plus 4 times a -1, I squared is a -1. So that's going to give you 9 plus 12i minus 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. 5 plus 12i is your answer. All right, so that is your answers all the way through 36 here. In fact, you know what, let's do quickly 37 through 40. And then we'll be done with this video. 37 through 40, state the conjugate. Guys, we just talked about conjugates on the back page. If I have 7 minus 5i as 1, then I just rewrite 7 and 5i, and the only difference is the plus in between, so that would be your answer. Keep the negative 11, keep the 9i, the only difference here is the minus in between. This is really like saying 0 minus 8i, so the conjugate would be 0 plus 8i, which is simply 8i, that's an I. Alright, and lastly, if 18 minus 12i is 1, then the other would be 18 plus 12i, the other. That would be the conjugate there. Alright, this is 90.9 the quadratic, signing out.